bittersweet. You got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat. Destined by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly, just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that's bittersweet. You got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat. Destined by the motion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that's bittersweet. All I want is satisfaction. Make a move, baby, you got nothing to lose. Give me that good reaction. Gonna make it right, little like an offer I can't refuse. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a center.
Morning guys, happy Tuesday, hope you are all well. Hold on, let me just get my juice, I forgot it, one second. Morning Pankaj, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. Well, I'm okay. I'm on day 3 of quitting smoking. So I've got these things now. So I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm trying to get through it. Need to kind of do it now, but yeah, I'm okay apart from that. Stephen, how you doing, buddy? Silver, good to see you. Hope you are all well. Right, let's get into the market, shall we? I am in a pound Swiss trade that I talked about yesterday. I'll go into that after we look at the S&P. I will start looking at news now. I will start looking at the news events on stream, just so everybody's aware as I go on. Something good to look at as well. I was trying to give up smoking for 3 years. At the end, I did it with tennis. What do you mean, tennis? You've given up now, Silver? It's hard, man. It's hard. Yes, yesterday was difficult. Today's probably the worst day. Oh, through fitness, right? So did you swap tennis with smoking? Is that what you mean? You kind of added a new hobby and take away one in. Which is great. Well done, mate. I've been up the same as you. I've been trying for a long time. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I get you. I wish I'd never started, put it that way. The only thing, like, I'm not as bad, to be fair, I'm probably exaggerating a little bit. I'm not as bad now. What I worry about is on the weekend, so going out for a beer. I love a beer and a ciggy, I can't lie. I do. When it's certainly in the sun. So what I've said for the next, while the weather is still nice, is I'll be on this. Although I don't have too much of this. I'm not always on it. And then on the weekend, I'll allow myself a few ciggies with my beer, and then again stop during the week. And then eventually, when it gets a bit cooler, I'm gonna say, right, I need to be disciplined, and I want to go and stop it now. So let's see. But well done, buddy. Yeah, it is. Anyway, I shouldn't have picked it up in the first place, but quitting it is certainly difficult. It is certainly difficult. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Okay, markets today. We have got a little bit of reaction off here, as we probably were expecting. Nothing massively worrying me at the moment, although you do have a slight evening star here, I guess, with a bit of volume coming in yesterday on a down day. Albeit from the larger context of what we're looking at, nothing I'm massively worried about in terms of my bias, which is an ultimate of a break above this area at the moment. Again, if in the next couple of days we come down and price action looks a little bit different, then yeah, obviously we reanalyze and probably change our bias then. But right now, unless I see something, I'm still going to continue with the possible bias that this continues to the upside, getting this probable key area around the 4,300 for that bullish bias, certainly in the interim. So S&P intraday, you can probably say slight risk off if currencies are coming off, but pullback wise, again, as I said yesterday, for me, it still looks good to the upside. And it's still a great time to buy some long-term investment assets, in my opinion. Whatever you can, I would say it does still look like a great time to me to invest. But yeah, S&P, you can see the 4 hour coming off a little bit. Look for that reason if you're looking at a bit more risk on sentiment, that reason to enter that we don't have quite yet in terms of that 4 hour chart, if you are that way inclined. But yeah, ultimately you're expecting a bit down day. Could get it today, could get it tomorrow. But ultimately looking for a break above in that S&P. So slight, you could say maybe neutral, slight risk off. It's however you kind of analyze it. I would probably go a little bit neutral today, but ultimately longer term, slight risk on still. Okay, the dollar. I haven't really predicted a lot of right things recently, but dollar seems to be doing what we possibly expect. A little bit of pullback strength coming in. Interesting area, interesting area we are at. Really, I mean, we're seeing a lot of this, right? Not even in the dollar index, but in currency pairs in general, where we haven't really moved for quite some time. So what do we think about the dollar? I would still maintain that pullback. We could continue within that 4 hour range, i.e. sellers coming in at the top of structure here, somewhere around this area, top of range, bottom of range. We could continue with that. My personal bias is maybe we need a bit more from a daily perspective. Maybe we need a little bit more pullback. Maybe we don't. Maybe I'm wrong. But, not a bad day yesterday in dollar index. I think we pull back a little bit more. That's my bias. Again, if we see something on the 4 hour, maybe some certainly bearish momentum as London opens up around the top of structure, top of kind of range, the range area we are in, then maybe that continues. I just have to say my sneaky suspicion is we continue to pull back. So I would advise just be wary of US dollar positions in terms of shorting that USD. Again, from a weekly perspective, we could stay that way. We could not do much for 2-3 weeks in terms of the dollar. So I would say my bias is continued pullback, but just watch this 4 hour, watch these smaller time frames on London Open. Maybe we still ultimately long term is dollar down for me, dollar weakness. We just have to be patient and wait for it to come, if it does come, if indeed it does come. Okay, the position I am in is pound Swiss. So I talked about this yesterday. Pound Swiss, not much on the watch list today. I do like it, but again, this is what we're seeing, right? It's that lack of follow through, lack of momentum. Certainly for me, yeah, correct, Silver. Yeah, big news week ahead. I'll go through that in a second. But this is something I want to see go really today. It's not bad on the 4 hour. Okay, it's not bad. Okay, would I have liked this? It's still obviously we've got a decent open there. I would like to have it have gone to yesterday. Getting all my words mixed up here. I would have liked it to have gone, broke and followed through yesterday. It's not done that. However, the 4 hour still looks okay. What I don't want is what we've seen in quite a few of these charts is just to continue to do nothing essentially underneath these key levels. So we don't want to see this just continue to do this, because ultimately then I'll be thinking it comes back down. You want it to push, and I certainly would like it to push today. Whether that happens or not, we'll have to wait and see. But the 4 hour doesn't look too bad. I still like it. I'm tagged in on it. I probably will reduce my risk on it depending on how London opens. Again, just because of the situation I am in with my drawdown on the stock net. So probably reduce my risk by more than half. And hopefully get a break on London in 20 with a bit more volume. Still looks good. The hourly, I can still look for a breakout retest. The structure is still there, albeit it has to break today for me. So for my breakout retest, we need it to go, obviously from here, here, need it to go today. Breakout retest, continuation to the upside. That's what I'll be looking for in pound Swiss. I'll go through the news today. I think the only major one here, we've got unemployment out of the euro in, this is my time, so just over an hour. CPIs at 5 o'clock my time. GDP CAD 5:30 and USD consumer confidence tonight at 7. So be aware of those as if you are indeed trading them. CPI will be interesting here actually. CPI is obviously what's driving the market right now, or CPI as in inflation. So yeah, that's the news today. Okay, let's go. The last two are pound USD. Let me know if you want me to look at anything, guys. Again, you know, just quiet for me. Pound USD has been a decent call, although would not have been triggered into that break. From a daily, I'm getting kind of what I want. We are accumulating, getting that 20 period catch up from this latest impulse. Looking like for me, price action again needs a little bit more for pound USD to the upside. A few more days for that to potentially develop. But I'm glad that didn't break. It's something I do like long, pound USD long, which may coincide with a few more days of dollar strength before ultimately, hopefully, that longer term trend of dollar shorts come into play. So pound USD. And the other one I've got is Euro NZD. I've had this, well, I was looking at this on the 4 hour. Getting a little bit messy here because we've not tagged that area. However, it still looks okay for me on the daily. So daily still looks okay, right? As we talked about from this latest impulse. Complex corrective, ABC back in, getting that slight head and shoulders on the daily. You can kind of see the squeeze a little bit in there. The problem I have with this is this dynamic support to price in the form of a 200 MA. So I can't take the trade when that 200 is in the way. Whether it still sets up and whether I still like price action as we kind of continue in this vein. So for example, if we get a few more days like this, we kind of come in, continue with that squeeze, the 200 comes up, then that would be okay. Because my break would be underneath that 200, which I would like, with obviously the premise being we continue and we have another movement like this. But I can't take it until I'm able to do that on Euro NZD. And I like the idea of shorting Euro NZD, I do like where it is. But I just need to kind of fulfill what I want to fulfill, and that's waiting for that 200. I would have looked at an aggressive entry if we had tagged this area, but because we've not, I mean, can you look at that as maybe? You could maybe look at it there, possible AB shallow C, around that 200, around this 20. I don't think I would like that, no. From where it came from, I wouldn't look for an aggressive entry on ABC like that. Personally, if we'd come down and then maybe got a shorter one, then that would have been nice for a breakdown. But I just don't have a lot of confidence in this market. Honestly, I don't. I don't know whether you guys are still the same, but it's hard to predict. I mean, let's look at CAD. What was CAD yen doing yesterday? Martin, I'm not sure. Martin, are you here? Did you manage to? I mean, it was coming out. It came back up, right? So it came back up. Now it's kind of coming off. Hard to trade that. I'm not sure if you got in. or you got tagged in and then maybe it came up, or possibly if your stop's up here, you should be all right if you're looking at that short. But yeah, anyway, I like pound Swiss. I like where I am. Probably will reduce risk when London, slight bit of volatility you're probably expecting, hopefully a push on London, and I can get that winner that I'm craving right now to get me a little bit above the 160 mark, so I can then push on. But as always, even for me, for everybody, the same thing is, even though I'm not resonating at all, I'm not confident at all, it's okay, because it will change, and I'll make my money in a pocket and when I feel comfortable, and it'll certainly take anything away from the drawdown I'm having in January. The good thing about having a drawdown in January is I've got 11 months to make it better, to hit my target. And yeah, as a usual reminder, this is just the game we play. You'll go through good periods. Some people will like this market, some people will do well in this market. Stephen, I think you've done well in this market. I'm sure you're up 6% for the month, which I think is brilliant. And others won't do well, and that's ultimately the game. Sometimes you can kind of devil on your shoulder and say, well, why is this person doing well and I'm not? Is there something wrong with my strategy? Is this, is blah blah blah? You guys know what I mean. So just stick to what you like, improve on it, and there will always be periods for certain strategies that don't work in certain market conditions, and you'll ultimately end up knowing when those conditions are. Right. Anything else? Any questions? Anything you guys are looking at? You want me to have a look at? This would be nice though. This would be nice. I just, like, for me, I just want to get above, once I'm above 160, I just because of the time it's taken me to get to that 175. So, you know, I'm technically, although this sounds worse than what it actually is because we double everything. So 175, 155, I'm down $20,000, which again sounds like a lot, although because because you've doubled every single time, it's not actually as extensive as that seems. But yeah, I just need something going my way. Something going my way. Anyway, it will come. It will come. I'm good enough. Stay positive. Pound Swiss is going to be a winner, and off we go to the races. Right, guys, have a great day. Trade safe, and I'll see you all in the morning. Take care, guys. Peace.